Okay, guys, Le'Veon Bell is expected to sign with the Chiefs. Now, I know this is supposed to be a rankings video. I might talk a little bit about rankings, but sorry. This is a big deal. I'm mad at this. I want to talk about Bell going to the Chiefs, what it means for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, what it means for LevBell. If you are a Clyde Edwards-Helaire owner in fantasy, this video is definitely for you. Like I said, I'll see if I'll go over the rankings. I do have them up. I will post the written rankings. They will be on fantasycouch.com. I will update them at least 2 or 3 more times this week. Also, link, it will be in the description. Link will be in the pinned comment. So what are the odds that this doesn't happen? It's virtually impossible. Because it's the Chiefs, I don't think he would renege on this agreement. He's going to the Chiefs. I guess he could fail his physical or something like that, which is very unlikely because Le'Veon Bell seems like he is in shape. So I was all in on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I have him, I think, in 2 redraft leagues. 2 fairly important leagues. 3. Okay, so I have him in 3. Yes, I have him in the charity league, the IG Experts League, and the draft Solly and I did that we were invited to. We tag team that draft, and I have him in the Couch Empire Dynasty League, which is a huge blow. Okay, so Clyde Edwards-Helaire is 5'7". 207 pounds. Other than the first week, he hasn't got in the end zone. So technically, they say he's touchdown to some guy, a player is touchdown dependent. He gets 45% of his points via touchdowns. Clyde was the opposite. He was doing okay. He looked good on the field. He was more involved in the pass game, but the touchdowns weren't there. And I was saying it's only a matter of time. He has a good coach, a great coaching staff, great team, probably the best quarterback. I'd say the best quarterback in the NFL, best offense in the NFL. So it was going to come. And he's not the best goal line back, it seemed like. But, that's really the only knock. So the touchdowns were a-coming. Week 1, he scored a touchdown. After that, no touchdowns. But we all play PPR pretty much, or at least half PPR. And the passing downs were coming. He was getting more work in the passing game. Now, here's the thing that shows it how good he was actually averaging over 102 scrimmage yards per game. That's great when a guy can get you 100 yards per game, still doing okay in fantasy with no touchdowns. Just imagine what would have happened with the touchdowns. And so here comes Le'Veon Bell, 6'1", 230 pounds. He can catch very well. And this looks more like a goal line back. When I saw Bell play in Pittsburgh, he wasn't, he didn't look like the ideal goal line back, but he was a great goal line back. He had a nose for the end zone and found a way to get in. He was powerful enough and just a good back. And when you spread him out, he could do it. He could go up the gut. He could catch and get in the end zone. He could stiff arm. He could make it to the edge and get in. He has declined since we've seen him 3-4 years ago on the Steelers when he was one of maybe the best running back in the game. There's been a significant decline. But I don't think Bell is washed. Who's washed or who's bad is Adam Gase and the Jets. They've been the worst team in the NFL. Adam Gase is not an offensive guru, an offensive genius like he marketed himself to be. He's actually the complete opposite. He runs Bell up the gut just like he does with Frank Gore. He's never used Bell's to his strengths. He never spreaded him out and used him in the pass game. With a guy like Le'Veon Bell, I mean, he's one of the most, you could use him the most creative ways, yet you boxed him into the most uncreative way and basically used him like Jordan Howard. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, when I first heard this, I was very disappointed. I was very mad, but I started to shift that energy and my thinking, and that's what I want to talk about right now, is what to look forward to, what to do with Clyde, what's our outlook with Clyde. As Clyde, this is directed towards Clyde Edwards-Helaire owners in fantasy. What are we looking forward to? What's the silver lining? Honestly, I don't know what the hell that means. But what's going to happen with us? How can we win? Start to shift the focus on how to win. I'm mad at Adam Gase. I'm mad at Le'Veon Bell for not staying in Pittsburgh, taking more money and just staying put there. But that's all over. It is what it is. We can't change what happened. There's some positives. It doesn't seem quite as bad as it initially did, because we're still trying to win. Obviously, I mean, there's nothing we're going to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right? I mean, you could try and trade him for something good, but we're probably not going to get anything great from him. So, this is what's going to happen. So let's look. By the way, Clyde Edwards-Helaire 68.9 grade on Pro Football Focus, and Le'Veon Bell 73.7. So like I said, he's diminished, but not that much. Let it be known that there's not much to go off as far as snaps, because Le'Veon Bell barely played. But we saw last year, same grade, year before, same exact grade. And so he's been, the same, around those mid 70 grades from 2017 on. 2016 on, actually. So, that 2015 days, those are all gone. I get that. But he's still formidable. Anyway, the Chiefs, and let me see if I can bring this up. So the Chiefs have a bye week, which is week 10, I believe. So, oops, that's Kareem Hunt. He used to be a Chief too. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, week 10 bye week. So we wouldn't be using Clyde Edwards-Helaire week 10, okay? So that's already -1. The most we would use him is up to week 16, the fantasy championship game. That's the absolute max. Some of us would only use him up to week 13. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7 to 10 games at most we would get out of Clyde. Okay, that's with the bye week. Now, this week, the Chiefs face Buffalo. I believe that game is early Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Because of the certain restrictions in the NFL right now and protocols, Le'Veon Bell would not be able to join the team and be in the facilities until 6 days after he is a Chief. Now, he would need to test negative 5 days in a row, and this way to avoid certain contaminations and avoids any outbreak spreading. Pretty strict regulations here. So I assume he'd have to pass a physical. He has to sign a contract officially. Don't know if that's been done yet. And then he has to wait 6 days. Right now, it's Thursday. That's when we got the news. So he won't be able to play week 6. Matter of fact, he'll barely be able to learn a few plays and suit up week 7. So we're starting Clyde Edwards-Helaire week 6. Let's hope a little bit of a fire is ignited under Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and we're able to start him week 7 now, because Bell will have a very limited role, if at all, because of these protocols. So What's the exact max? So let's say officially he's a Chief Friday. Then we got to wait another 6 days. So let's say Thursday. So a week from me uploading this video, he's going to be in the Chiefs building. Like, that's really not a lot of time for them to play for week 7 against the Broncos. By the way, week 8 against the Jets, that's a horrible team. We already know that. Horrible defense. That's probably going to be his revenge game. But still, you could start Clyde possibly there. And possibly start Clyde against the Panthers, too, who lost K1 Short, and their defense is not good. You know, they seemed better, but with K1 Short officially out for the season, we should probably be able to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and maybe we start him a couple more weeks, maybe against, let's say, the Raiders, week 11, maybe the Dolphins, maybe the Broncos. So, I mean, it's not going to be ideal. You know, he's not, he's going to be splitting carries, and we don't know yet. Le'Veon Bell is going to be eased in and see how it works. Maybe it's not a great fit. Maybe it's a bad fit. Maybe it's a good fit, and both still get work. Now, I talked to a lot of people already on social media. By the way, Twitter's down as this news came out, which made it even crazier. Some people think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to, basically be unaffected. That's like 2 people. I think it's a little bit delusional because, yes, Bell is not the same Bell, but he's also not terrible. I believe Le'Veon Bell is better than Kenyon Drake, for example. And a good fit for the Chiefs. Now, I don't know what the split's going to be. I don't think the Chiefs do either. I think they're going to get Bell. He's going to, really start off slow. Not going to play week 6. Going to play very limited week 7. And then week 8, against the Jets, which he likes, probably said, look, Coach Reed, week 8's the Jets. As long as I get to play a good amount against them, I'm good. And he probably promised that. But I don't know. I'm just speculating. Maybe that didn't happen at all. But I'm sure he's going to play against the Jets. And then we're going to see what's going to happen. He's going to get a shot. And then I think we'll know after the Jets and Panthers game what the split's going to be looking like moving forward. And so the touchdowns, unfortunately, maybe they'll come week 6, maybe even week 7. But after that, touchdowns probably won't be a coming like I was hoping for, because you have a much bigger back who's had a nose for the end zone when he was a Pittsburgh Steeler. So hopefully that added some light to this situation on what's going on. By the way, for those that don't know, Le'Veon Bell, released by the Jets. He was way overpaid. They just couldn't keep him. Jets a terribly run organization, terrible head coach, terrible football team. And it seemed like he narrowed it down to 3 teams, which were the Bills, Dolphins, and Chiefs, and then narrowed it down to 2, the Dolphins and Chiefs. I was hoping he'd go to Florida and not pay any state taxes. But looks like he wants a ring, wants to play with the best QB, best coach, best offense, and get himself a Super Bowl championship, hold up that Lombardi trophy, and he decided to go with the Chiefs. Now, nothing set in stone. I don't know the contract details, but it's pretty official. Just absolutely crazy news. So hopefully that did clear up a little bit. This is my initial reaction. News just came out that he's expected to sign with the Chiefs. So hopefully that was good. I don't usually do stuff like this. So yeah, we'll leave Clyde Edwards-Helaire up here on my rankings. He'll be ranked, towards the top pretty much still. Because Bell cannot play from what my research and what I've been told by my couch captains. Bell's not going to be able to play week 6, but if all goes well, he should be able to play week 7. Won't get in that facility till next Thursday. Yeah, so I'll have Bell up there. Lamar Jackson, I think, is a great buy low, but you don't really need to buy a quarterback in a 1 QB league. You don't really got to trade for one. Nonetheless, he's a decent buy low if you can get him for super cheap. Some people that drafted Lamar Jackson also drafted a good backup quarterback. So every trade all depends, right? So I wouldn't spend anything significant for Lamar Jackson, but I would definitely be interested in trading for him if the price is super cheap, if I can get him for a discount. I still have faith in Lamar. Look, he is a bust because you never draft the best quarterback from last year early. We should have learned our lesson, right? With Cam Newton, his MVP year, then the following year he was garbage. And this happens every year, pretty much. Every single year. Last year, Mahomes finished around QB 6. That's not what we wanted out of a third-round draft pick at all. And some people were drafting Mahomes like late round 2 last year too. If you did that, you lost your league. That's called a league loser. Drafting the best quarterback early from the previous year often is a league loser. It's actually never worked out. I actually tallied it up, and it only worked out one time, and it was with Drew Brees, where he was QB1, and then the following year was QB2. Which was like, it was enough for you not to lose your fantasy league, but that wasn't a great decision on its own. You probably, I don't know what year that was. That was like 6 years ago or something. I don't even know. Or 6-7 years ago. And you probably could have got the QB3 or QB4 way later in the draft for much better value, stacked up on running backs, even maybe an elite tight end. Whoever the elite tight end was back then, Gronk. Gronk was definitely the elite tight end back then, or Jimmy Graham. Yeah, and I still have a lot of faith in Lamar Jackson. I bet the Chiefs are really, really excited right now. Josh Allen hopefully bounce back against the Chiefs, which is very likely. And Stafford is the best streaming option. Some people dropped him last week. Cam Newton's back practicing. Seems like he's going to play. Ryan Tannehill, another great, late round QB. I think Tannehill's going to have a good game. Fitzpatrick is a great streaming option. And so is Kirk Cousins, a great streaming option against the Falcons for sure. And I'm going to be high on Justin Jefferson as well. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I got Justin Jefferson ranked low at the moment, but I'm super high on him. Now, Tyler Boyd has a much higher floor, but I think Justin Jefferson's ceiling is just off the chain this week. I absolutely love his ceiling, and I'm going to put him right around here. And let's move Jamison Crowder down just a couple, just a few spots right here. Yeah, and that's, Justin Jefferson's floor is not really existent, but I think his upside definitely is. I really do. Yeah, let's put Scary Terry a few spots down. Okay, and we'll see if Tre'Davious White is going to play. Might have to put Hopkins at 1. Tre'Davious White did not play week 5. For tight ends, Zach Ertz, he's pretty good. I mean, this is what I'll say. Zach Ertz, you definitely should start him. He has declined. He's declined more than Le'Veon Bell has declined. But he's still getting targets. He's still a big part of that offense. And Dallas Goedert looking like he's probably going to miss week 6. Haven't heard any news about him returning this week. Goddard might return next week and be back week 7. Go add Goddard for sure. I'd say right around here. I think I really don't like Evan Ingram, but this week, great matchup. Might be. Okay, right here. There we go. There we go. These two are like tied. It is crazy. That's how tight ends are. Tight ends are just so up and down. It's so crazy. And Gesicki's an absolute baller. All right, and for defenses, I'd say any of these defenses you'd be good to start. Steelers, Patriots, Colts, Ravens, Dolphins. I love all 5 of them. If you need a streaming option, Giants D. They're bound to get some points somehow. They've been getting a lot of points against good teams like the Steelers and whatnot. And so I think they can get a lot of points against Washington. I mean, they don't even have a team name. Team name to be announced. And for defenses, Matt Prater, best streaming option. Blankenship's good this week and beyond. Jason Sanders is the streaming option that you want to get. That should be available in almost all leagues. Great matchup. He's pretty good, talented kicker. Of course, Gostkowski. And I love both kickers in this Cardinals-Cowboys game. Should be lots of scoring, lots of opportunities. And so any of these top 8 kickers are really good. So Zane Gonzalez, Zerline, Gostkowski, Sanders, Prater, Blankenship, of course, Harrison Butker, and Justin Tucker. So, yeah, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Le'Veon Bell signing. I may have left something major out. I read every single comment, so I'll respond back to you. How do you think Le'Veon Bell's going to do? How do you specifically think it's going to affect Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Again, these written rankings will be updated and posted on my website, fantasycouch.com. Link below in the description and the pinned comment. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. We also have a second YouTube channel where we go live, me and Mike. We're both going to be really mad about this Bell signing and talk about it there. And I got something planned for that, so make sure you subscribe to both YouTube channels. Smash this with a thumbs up, or if you didn't like it, thumbs down. But make sure you do leave a comment. I want your feedback. All right, guys. Good luck this week. See you on the next one.